I think it is a good idea for the school to have a coffee inside the campus library because, first of all, students can have a place to relax and put down their stress after the time day of studying. And the second is that after drinking the coffee, students can have more energies and become more efficient as they continue to study in the libraries. Take my friend for examples. He's studying in the Tsinghua University, and the school have already have a cafe inside the campus libraries, which is having a uh, good price for those students in the university. That's it. I disagree with that statement because I think that people still need those cars to run errands or do business as they living, especially in the big cities. And there must be a lot of contracts that need corporations to visit the other corporations every day. So if the boss of the corporations take the bus or MRT, it will be taking a lot of time for him and maybe eventually be late for this meeting. And so I think it is especially important to have a private car in a large city. That's it. According to the announcement, the university is going to provide a free tutoring program for the students, and the woman in the conversation agrees with it because, first of all, she claims that it can assist who want or need the additional support in the school. And not only will it release the pressure of the tuition fee for students, but also that the students have to have a best way to learn how to take notes or studying in an efficient way. And the second is that students can study or have a communication with the same interest students or professor that from this program. And the most important is that students were allowed to choose their own field of studies as taking this free tutoring program. And that's it. Familiarity principle refers to the tendency that people will prefer to have a previous encounter things that they are familiar with. And the professor in the psychology class to give an example of an experiment for further explanations. He claims that a scientist shows a group of students some shape that showing in merely a second in the dim light, and after presenting the scientist will show the other shapes in another time for longer than a second, and eventually, surprisingly, is that students will prefer and like those shape that showing in the only a second, but first earlier time. And that is to say that once people have been exposed to those items, they will choose to have those items that even though they cannot record them. And that is how familiar principle works. That's it. The man in the conversation is facing a problem that he need to going to have a tour to Canada, but he forgot to apply the passport in time. So he can either choose to stay here and write the short papers or still to get the passport in time by going to the US passport office. And in my opinion, it is better for him to have the passport in time because first of all, he won't miss the trip, which he is very excited with. And the second is that although it might cost about like 150 extra money, which is very expensive, but he won't get another extra work about this short paper. And that's why I think it is better for Mike to choose to have a passport in time. That's it. In the biology class, the professor mentions two features that frog can utilize those special dry climate features to prevent from drying out in the desert. The professor first mentioned that to create a special covering outside their bodies. Some frog may have a waxy layer all through their bodies, so it is almost watertight, and that is can help them prevent from losing the water inside their bodies. And the second is that some frog can store water inside their bodies for the later use, and it is all because of the high water storage capacities. The professor gave an examples of a frog which is able to absorb and store the extra waters and slowly release from their tissues, which might be some months till the rainy seasons. That's it.